Dan Illman, Mike Beer, race number 9 at Del Mar on Friday is the Daisycutter Handicap. Let's take a look at the field. $65,000 is the purse, 5 furlongs on the turf, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. It's a big field. I think there's a good amount of early speed in this race, especially horses that may not have shown speed in their last few. Surrender Now comes to mind.
Yeah, that's very true. I think the pace of this race is going to be very important. I can see it getting pretty fast early in here, Dan.
Let's take a look at the Timeform US pace projector, and they have Artistic Diva, the 9, expected to make the lead. Artistic Diva's only raced once previously on turf. That was a victory. She's been plying her trade and running very quickly on the main track. I do think the speed of the speed, though, is the 3, Steal the Diamonds, and I think they're going to really try to be aggressive with her, using that inside post to grab the lead in the rail.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why they would, try to do anything else with her. She's just a really fast horse, and she certainly has the credentials and the recent form to be very, very tough to beat in this race.
A horse with speed, but one that I don't think is fast enough to make the lead, is the number 1 Lighthouse, who's going to get the class quiz here in the Daisycutter. Let's go back to her most recent start, going 5.5 at Santa Anita. It's a small field. She was involved in a pace battle with the 4-5 favorite Lofty from the start, and she's just better than Lofty. But as you see, there's no closing going on here. She's taking a step up in class, but she's all upside for Simon Callahan.
Yeah, a lot of upside here. She ran fine in this race, obviously, with only 3 other horses in the race. It wasn't that strenuous an effort, but she ran fine in there. I thought it was a step in the right direction, and I thought her race 2 back in the Sweet Life was actually pretty good, Dan.
Tomlin scored last time out on turf in the Camilla Urso Stakes at Golden Gate Fields. Let's watch that race going 5 furlongs. She showed good early speed from the start, 20-3 the opening quarter mile, and she opens up at the 8th pole, and she's going to be a comfortable winner. Doesn't look like a 14-1 shot at all. She has been a hard hitter for most of her career, whether it's been on synthetic or on turf, and the best news is she doesn't need the lead to win.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. I don't really have any knocks on that win that we just watched right there. She did manage to get to the early lead, and that may not be possible for her in this race. But I'll tell you what, she didn't get loose on the lead in that race. She took some pressure. She held it. She was clear under the wire. She ran well.
Steal the Diamonds has been a very nice claim for Mike Pipe. They spent $80,000 for her, 5 starts back, and all she's done in their next 4 starts, 2 wins, including a win in the Sunshine Millions Filly and Mare Turf Sprint, a stakes placing in the Sensational Star Against the Boys, and this bang-up effort in the Grade 2 Monrovia. Let's watch the race. Steal the Diamonds, all speed from the start, out-sprinting them and turning into the stretch, and there are some good ones chasing her. Jolie Olympica, she's Grade 1 class in her day, and of course, from the back of the pack, Alexandra, who came back to beat Boys in the Grade 1 Jaipur at Belmont.
Yeah, this is actually pretty significant class relief for this filly. So we'll see what she can do with it. Her speed makes her very dangerous. Her recent form is good. I got to be honest, Dan, in that Sunshine Millions sprint, I wasn't sold on her after that. She basically got loose on a pretty soft pace. And I wasn't sure, how good she really was, but she sort of won me over with her last 2 races.
But she's gotten tired in her last 2, and she cuts back to 5, and that could make all of the difference. The 4 is Mischiefy, and perhaps this is a horse that's on the improve. Our clockers, and you can get the DRF Clocker Report on DRF.com, like what they've been seeing from this filly leading up to this race. In her most recent performance, this race, a non-winner's a 2 other than effort, really good performance. Buyer speed figure up to 87. Now, she was able to get to the lead in here, and I don't really think the pace was especially fast, and it was a great ride by Fuentes.
It was, and she certainly took advantage of it. But, this could just be a situation, where you have a 4-year-old filly who's just getting better, Dan. She has won without the lead before, and that could be key in this race.
Mucho Amore is a multiple stakes winner at Emerald Downs on the dirt. They ran her on the turf in the Camilla Urso. We saw her run 3rd in that race. Go back and watch the video replay there. It wasn't the cleanest trip, certainly not the trip that Tomlin had on the lead. She probably has to improve. She's a little bit light on buyer speed figures, but if this pace is fast, expect a late kick.
Yeah, and it should be fast for her. We'll see if she's good enough. I thought she was interesting because I think she ran a lot better than it looks. In that race last time, back off the pace early rating. They didn't even try to go forward with her. She had a little trouble. They decided to stay towards the inside through the stretch. She had a little bit of trouble getting clear. Once she did, she really ran at the end of that race.
In her second start as a 3-year-old last year, Jojo defeated males in the William Walker Stakes at Churchill Downs, and she hasn't really improved that much since. She's now going to make her 4th start as a 4-year-old. She has tactical speed, a decent attack outside post position, and perhaps the best thing you like about her is this rider switch. You're getting Pratt.
Yeah, I mean, I guess she's a contender in here. I don't love her races, Dan, and it's not like she's shipping into some kind of easy spot here. You know, I know that she can win. I guess I won't be surprised when she runs well, but I liked other horses in this race.
Storming Lady's been a solid non-winners of 2 other than turf sprinter at Santa Anita for a while. They shipped her up to run in the Camilla Urso, which was won by Tomlin. She was the beaten favorite that day. I guess she had some traffic issues in there. I'm not sure if she was winning with a clean trip.
I didn't think she was. I certainly don't, I don't want to argue with anybody who feels like she deserves the benefit of the doubt, but I didn't think she was running at the point when she had a little bit of trouble in the stretch of that race. Maybe she can do better.
I'm not going to fault Surrender now for her last race too much. The running line does not look good in the Monrovia. She was 27-1. She was easily outfinished by Steal the Diamonds. But this is a mare that likes to get close, and she got shuffled back exiting the backstretch and just didn't look comfortable being in behind horses down towards the inside. I think Cedillo's going to be very aggressive and try to find a forward position for her here.
I agree with that, and I'm using this horse somewhere. I think she fits right in with these horses, getting a little bit of class relief here. She has sprinted twice over course and distance, the 2 best races of her career.
And as for Artistic Diva, she won her career debut on turf at Del Mar, going 5 furlongs. She has become a very nice dirt sprinter since then, a stakes winner, graded stakes place, but she's getting some class relief. There's no Bellafina, there's no sneaking out, there's no Amy's Challenge in this race. Outside post, she's going to really have to run and gun for Victor Espinoza. Again, our clockers like what they've seen in the morning, especially that turf work on July 19th.
Yeah, I mean, she's certainly an interesting horse switching back to turf in this race as well. She did run well on this surface in her debut, and she's going to be, we'll see about, how they bet it, but on the morning line anyway, she's a good price.
Let's take a look at our top selections for the Daisycutter Handicap, the second of 2 stakes races at Del Mar on Friday. Lighthouse is going to have to prove it. She's going to have to prove it against stakes competition. She's going to have to prove it against older horses. But I think with a good break, she can tuck into the pocket behind the speeds, and I think she has some upside. She's double digits on the morning line. I want to take a shot with her. Mucho Amore was the horse with trouble last time out in the Camilla Urso, and she's going to get the setup. Widest and fastest this time, right, Mike?
Yeah, we'll see. It's not an easy spot for her, Dan, but I did think she ran well last time. She's going to be a price.
5, 8, 3, and 1 for Mike. 1, 3, 8, and 4 for me. It's the Daisycutter Handicap. It's race number 9 at Del Mar on Friday, approximate post 6 o'clock Pacific. Best of luck.